guys, it's Beverly. I know it's been a while, but I was kind of waiting for November. I have some projects that I want to suggest for us to start making now before Christmas. And I've been busy with my Etsy store. The turkeys that I made for Bag O' Day, or from Bag O' Day's pattern, I can't believe it. They've been selling in my Etsy shop. I'll insert a picture here to show you what they look like. But I'm just so excited. The turkeys are a big hit. I made them into a pot holder. And Bag O' Day kind of does like a placemat or something different with hers. But I followed her pattern with just a few modifications to make it smaller, for your hand and a pot holder. But I just wanted to tell you what I've been working on. I've got some hats and gloves and things like that to put in my Etsy shop to keep it stocked. Let's see, the 13th I have a craft show at my community that I'm looking forward to. And then the 17th is when I go to the assisted living place. That will be a first time for me in that type of situation, so we'll see how that goes. But the main thing about today's video was to talk about projects that you could do this month, short ones, small ones, that you could use as gifts in the month of December. And then once we get to the month of December, I'm going to call it a few of my favorite things in the month of December. I have one Advent calendar coming, and that's going to be the Bella Coco Advent calendar. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway in December, probably about, the drawing will be on the 15th. And the name of the drawing will be a few of my favorite things. And it's going to have some of the goodies that I like at Christmas time. So, but right now, we're in November, and I wanted to give you some ideas about things that you could make for gifts or for home decor or decorating. Okay, now the first one is called the Holiday Pot Holder, and it's a Premier Yarns pattern. And I haven't made this, but let's talk about this. So what this says is that it measures, it's a pot holder, and it measures 9.5 by 10. You use Premier Home Cotton in the colors cranberry and Christmas green, and you use an eye hook. So with this, you make one with color A and one with color B. So you'd have one that's red or cranberry and one that is green. And it tells you how to make that. Then what you do is you weave in your ends, and with a tapestry needle and a strand of the green, you cross stitch the Christmas tree onto the panel. So if you can do cross stitch, you could make this pot holder. And you also hold the panels together, and you single crochet evenly, working 3 single crochets in the corner and doing a loop of 12 chains, and then slip stitch it. Okay, so here it is. And so what you would have to do is hold it, and you could see how many, enlarge it on your computer screen and see how many little stitches to make your tree. And that would be a double thickness pot holder. It does say it's intermediate, so it's probably intermediate because of the cross stitching. Now, these little snowmen, I've always wanted to make them. The Snowman Baubles, hooked on patterns, designed by Ling Ryan. Aren't these adorable? Those are just the cutest little things. So let's read about them. Ooh, it's several pages. So it looks like that you make the bobble starting with the snowman's head. So it shows you all the little different steps to do the snowman's head. Then it shows you how to make the bobble hat. And it shows you step by steps how to make the bobble's hat. And a little tiny, their version of a little tiny pom-pom or mini pom-pom. And then you put it all together. And it looks like you use safety eyes, the real small safety eyes. Let's see, what size safety eyes? I don't know. But I just think it's really, really cute. And see, you could do any combination of the colors. You know, you could do one for each one of your family members' favorite colors. And then give them away as their gift. And I just think those are absolutely adorable. And you probably put a little bit of stuffing in there to have it hold its shape. So that is another one, and it's going to be linked below. Now this one here, I definitely want to make this. Definitely, definitely. This is called Crochet Vintage Candles. The pattern is written in U.S. terms, and what you do is you get those little votive candles, or the ones that are LED, I think, whatever you call them. I don't know if it says it here or not. It mimics, it mimics pillar style candles. The frilly skirt around the candle bottom adds to the vintage design. This is easy to crochet design that can be customized. And I guess what you would do is if you have some of these votives or whatever size candle you would call that, and then you crochet around it. And I just think those are adorable. And I've had this a second year. I'm hanging on to this pattern. I still haven't made it. Okay, now let's see. I've got the last three I have sampled. So I'm going to do these ones first. Now, you will remember, I hope, and I can insert a picture, that I made those snowman kitchen towels. And I bought the kit from Mary Maxim, and I had tons of white cotton. So I made up several of those. Now, this is a free pattern. It's from a crochetedsimplicity.com. There's a gingerbread man, a Santa Claus, and a snowman. And I also noticed when I went on this website today, they have a Frankenstein. You guys have to check that out if you want one for Halloween. But these patterns are free. And that gingerbread man is so cute. It uses a brown yarn in the color jute. And it says that it's the lace, sugar, and cream. So you would have to look that up. But see, there's the Santa one. And their version of the snowman. And these patterns are free. So if you if you have the yarn or you buy the yarn, you have plenty of time in the whole month of November to whip up these patterns. Now this one, I made it, and I've showed it on my channel before. This is from Yarnspiration. It's a free pattern, of course. The Red Heart Crochet Santa Candy Jar. And here is my version of it. It came out, it looks like Colonel Sanders to me. But I really love it. And see, I've got the lid on here so I don't have any candy in it. But it's big enough. Let's see, is this this has to be like the quart jar, maybe. Yes, it fits 1 quart mason jar. And I have some small ones, but I haven't made any covers to fit those. But just look at Santa. You have lots of time to make these. And then after you make one, you might learn how to make a small one. Now this is out of acrylic yarn, and I believe I did use Red Heart on all of this, looking at it. But you could use any any acrylic weight yarn, and it used a G hook, and it says you can make 15 of these jars if you buy the full skeins. Okay, and it has information on the back to make the hat, the nose, and the beard curls. That's what they call these. They're so cute, you guys. See? Oop, what's inside there? Oh, I had a candle in there one time I was burning. But isn't he cool? Now, I stitched his eyes, or embroidered his eyes. You could make, use safety eyes if you wanted to. But I just went ahead and, while I had the yarn, I went ahead and did it. Okay, the next one I have is Santa Gnome Ornament. Create a bevy of Santa gnomes to decorate every corner of your home. These cute Christmas creatures are easy to knit, either in flat pieces or in the round. Now, if you're a knitter, there is a Christmas decoration. Here's the real one in real life, you guys. And here's his beard. And I did embroider his eyes. He's knitted, you guys. He's knitted. You don't have to make everything in crochet. He's knitted. What else does it say about him? Of course, it recommends Red Heart yarn. And I used a set of US 7 knitting needles. And I think he, if I remember correctly, because I made this for before last Christmas, so he's a year old now, that it went really easy. And let's see, what stitches do? You do knit and purl, and you have to know how to make a stitch, make one, and you can always go on YouTube and find new tutorials. So here is my Santa gnome. And the last one is an angel, you guys. Now you're going to see that it's been a whole year since I made this, but I still haven't woven in my tails. There's one, and there's two in the back. But look at her. And what I did was, my neighbor had some old sheet music, and I created a book so she would have sheet music. And if you look at the little tags on there, I don't know if you can see it, or as if it's upside down, but my favorite candy at Christmas is it Pharaoh? And I put those on there to make them gold. And then this, was just a little piece of cording that I used that was gold. And this came out great. This was featured in the Furls Blog Hop 2020. And I think what the Furls Blog Hop was, is every month they gave you a free pattern. Now this pattern, I printed it in November last year. And it said that this is Temperance, a Crochet Angel. Now, this is made by, and let me look at the pattern because I have it somewhere. There it is. oh, I'm not going to be able to say this, but it's OOM Baka Design Crochet. And of course, we'll link it below. But what I wanted to mention is she has a number of angels, not just Temperance. She has a number of angels. And so you could put that on the top of your tree because the bottom of it is open. But I just used it to sit on a table. But anyway, the point is if you go to her website, which is going to be linked below, there's a vehicle going by. Her website will be linked below, and you can make a different angel. You can make many angels. Her pattern is great. We did 3 double crochet bobble. You did some back post single crochets, double magic ring, a treble. There's other little stitches here that we used, but the angel just came out beautiful. And so it was my idea to, because see, on the picture, she just has her hands folded. But I decided to give her a hymnal. And that's what I did. So she's like kind of caroling angel. So that is another one of my ideas. And I'll be, like I said, I'm going to be linking all of these patterns below. I wanted to come out with them on November 1st so that you had the whole entire month to decide if you want to make these. Now, I also wanted to mention a couple of videos ago, I showed you the unboxing for the Mary Maxim's Crochet Afghan Club for, it would be 3rd quarter. And in the kit, we received this Couture Home yarn, and the color is Coffee Bean. And the pattern was a textured wave throw. Textured wave throw. Now, I just started it last night, so I'm only on row 2. But this is what it's going to look like. Now, this yarn, I've never used it before. They gave us 5 skeins, and I wanted to kind of get it, out of my closet. Plus, it's that time of year, it's going to start getting colder. So this is what it looks like. So this is the beginning of it. I'm using a P as in Paul crochet hook. The yarn calls for an N, but the pattern calls for an O. And I don't have a O, so I split the difference. And it is a little fiddly, because you are using a bulky type yarn. You're making a V-stitch. You're doing a shell stitch, which is 3 double crochets together. You're doing, what are you doing? You're doing some front post, no back post, front post only. And we're just going to see how it's going to come out. I did a couple extra multiples, because this is a multiple of 14 plus 18, and I included 28 more stitches so that I can make the blanket hopefully wider. I'm going to measure it when I get this row in to see how big it's going to be. But we're trying to make blankets just a little bit larger for our donations. So I'm working on this. I'm trying to restock my Etsy store because I sold several hats and gloves and things like that, and the turkeys, like I said, so I'm real excited about that. So I think I'm going to be getting some yarn shortly, so that'll be a yarn unboxing, and I'm looking forward to all of my favorite things for Christmas and the Advent calendar. So that's what's been going on, you guys. So if you have any suggestions for videos, please let me know. My number of subscribers are close to 725, so I'm hoping to get up there soon. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thumbs up, please. And thank you. Love you. Bye.